everybody. Welcome to the featured artist interview of our featured artist this week on Indie Music Plus. I'm sitting here tonight with Christopher Bell, a cellist from what I thought was Illinois, but now I realize that he is based in New York at this point, in upstate New York, which is really close to myself. So we're kind of neighbors. We should have just got together, at a diner or something and did this, but...
That would be great. We could get a garbage plate.
You know all about the garbage plate. I hate that crap, man. It's disgusting.
Perfect.
I've had a few of them. A few of them are good. It all depends on what diner you go to, on the quality of meat that comes with it. Basically, that's what ruins it for me. But it's good stuff. I like it.
Yeah, I'm a total fan of the weird little upstate New York foods. Like Rochester has the garbage plate. Utica has tomato pie.
Okay.
Binghamton has the chicken speedy. Trying to think what else there is. That's all that I can remember.
I do. I think I've lived here a little bit longer than you, but
well, I'm from upstate New York.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. So anyway, your music. You are a cellist?
I am.
So are you classically trained, I'm assuming, or somewhat around there? Not at all?
No, I started playing when I was 18. I got a job washing dishes at an Italian restaurant, and finally, with all this new income, I was really bad with money back then, but I told myself I always wanted to learn cello, so I started renting one, and I had no idea what I was doing, so I would just play however I could make it make noise.
Cool. Awesome. That's even better than being classically trained then.
Now, to be fair though, now I'm taking actual cello lessons.
Awesome.
And to continue our upstate New York connection, it's a style of music from southern India. And I'm taking those lessons via Skype from a guy in Binghamton.
Awesome. So, why don't you give us a little rundown about your music? How would you describe the genre or, the mood or whatever? How would you describe your music to people who've never heard it before?
I mean, it all depends on the album, and there's a difference with what the album sounds like and what the live show is. So the live show is just me and a cello and a bunch of effects pedals, and I kind of build up everything on my own.
Cool.
Whereas the album is this last one. It's I got really into blues and kind of old gospel music, and tried to do that as much as possible with the cello and drums and bass and all that. So
cool. And where do you record stuff? And do you go into a studio or do you have your own setup?
I have my own setup. You were asking my day job earlier. One of my other jobs is I'm a freelance audio engineer.
Cool.
And so that album I recorded in my friend's, I was living there, my roommate's unfinished attic.
Good place to make music, right?
It was an un-air-conditioned, extremely hot attic in the summer.
That's no fun. So you pretty much do all your own recording then, since you're an audio engineer. Do you have a degree in audio engineering? Did you do Full Sail or anything like that? Or
I did do Full Sail.
I have a lot of friends that went there. It's very, very, it's a very pointed education, and you get a lot out of it as long as you put into it what you want to get out of it.
Yeah, it gets you prepared. I mean, I definitely got out of college thinking I knew everything. And 10 years later, I realized that it was a good foundation.
Definitely. Let's jump right into one of your tunes. I always artist choice of what we listen to because, you have songs that are closer to your heart or whatever. I know, people have listened to music differently. I know what tunes I like, but I want to hear what you think are your top three tunes.
Let maybe do one of the originals and not the one cover. Let's do Sea of Women.
Food, now that you're gone. Some hide in the past, a days long gone. Muttering out where it went wrong. see a women to drown you out. Gonna need to see a women to drown you out. Hold my breath as I go down. Need to see a women to drown you out. Jonah tried to escape the belly of the whale. Never sob story in a barroom tale. But I'm feeling sorry and I'm sick too. Don't get him another drink and get me too. Oh, James got lost in future hope. Ideas pure and why we're so.
Alright, that was See a Women with Bell. Was that you singing, man? Cool.
That was.
Awesome. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that tune? Is it about women?
Well, so this whole, as I was saying earlier, like a lot with the blues, but also a lot of this album dealt like I was listening to a lot of Tom Waits,
Sounds like it.
as it probably makes it. Yeah. Like Tom Waits, a lot of Howlin' Wolf, that kind of just, we're gonna jam on one chord and ride the dynamics. And that song is actually, I think out of all the songs in the album, that's the only one that was like based on, I mean, at least the idea of the chorus was based on something I actually said. Where like, I mean, that's the joy of songwriting, is you can take the one little piece of truth, and my general idea is take something I felt and then make it happen to someone dumber. Or like a worse person. Because that's more interesting.
Oh, cool. That's awesome. So like, what do you do for fun? You know, what are your hobbies other than audio engineering for Google and writing music and stuff like that? You ever see a women in your closet? Or?
No. So as I was saying earlier, I live in this strange little gated community called Chautauqua Institution, and it's a tourist town. I'm in the off season, and it's, well, there's no one around, so I just go cross country skiing through the streets. Nice. Like, I'll be doing that after this.
Cool. That's awesome.
So
there's enough snow for it now, that's for sure.
Well, they don't sand or salt very much here. And so it's just, I mean, it's all these beautiful, picturesque little houses, and I just get to,
just go
at midnight cross-country ski and scare people. Yeah.
They wake up in the morning, it's like, who just cross-country skied all over our nice snow?
Well, I mean, I go through the streets, and I've definitely scared some people where they'll be like, "What are you doing at midnight?"
Yeah.
Because I'm the youngest person that lives here. Most people are over 60. Sure. And so I'm like the strange young whippersnapper.
So you said you're taking classes there, right? Or at the SUNY Fredonia? What classes are you taking?
Yeah. I'm taking aural skills and jazz theory.
Okay. Any particular reason? Just for fun? Or are you working towards something?
I've been touring for the last 10 years, and I just need a break. I'm a little burnt out. And so I've wanted to go back and take some classes for the past couple of years, and it finally, the time set right, and it just, there's something on a daily basis when I'm sitting around doing homework for 2 to 3 hours a day. I might not be as happy, but at the end of the week, when I'm like, I feel like I've learned all these new things and I can apply it, that's just a wonderful feeling.
Of course. So touring, you mean like playing music touring, or? Cool, yes. Like as Christopher Bell? Cool, yep. So that's a long time to be touring, man. You're pretty successful at it, I guess, huh?
Well, I would, we'll go with persistent.
Cool.
I started out, the first 3 years was probably about 8 to 9 months, and it's slowly scaled back. So the last 3 years, it's been about 4 months, 4.5 out of the
And you
year.
do like coffee shops and stuff, or a little bit of
Coffee shops,
little bit of
bars,
everything?
libraries,
all over the
Yeah.
country?
Yeah, I mean, I don't get to the West Coast much, but from like Denver, Colorado,
Cool, man.
East.
That's awesome. Very cool.
yeah.
So you're able to do your job that you were talking about, your like day job or whatever, and still be able to tour and stuff, or do whatever you want, basically, like manage your own time, essentially.
Yeah. So I apart from the normal like hourly day job, I do freelance audio engineering, which depending on what they need me to do, sometimes I can pull it off on
Yeah.
the road. And then I co-own a company with some other guys out of Omaha.
I
called
saw
Indie
that.
Booker.
Explain that a little bit. That seems interesting.
Yeah. So, trying to do it not as the direct pitch to a band. I don't want to come off as a salesman.
You know what? Why don't
You
you hold that thought? Let's listen to one of your
want me to
songs,
just pitch it?
and then we'll
Okay.
come back. We'll cover that
Okay.
after the tune. You can kind of you can think a little bit.
Okay.
I just realized it was time to listen to another song. So,
Yeah.
what do you want to listen to?
Oh yeah, Path Back
Okay.
Home.
The slam of the door hits like a whip. It's 4 in the morning, you wait and sit. Radio static, 40 below. Trombones, pitchforks ache in your bones. When the fire burns out, it's silence and dread. Can't find the strength for an empty bed. Find your way on the path back home. Boys, find your way on the path back home. He packed up his car, suitcase and stars. City full of hope. Black tie affairs, nights on the pier, with the famous and the rich. But it's wet brick and mud, and ache in his gut, so he walks the 15 blocks. Find your way on the path back home.
Christopher Bell
Boys,
with
find
Path
your
Back
way
Home.
on the path.
That's a slow song, man.
Yes, it is. I don't know how to respond to that. Yes,
I like it though. That's you.
I could deny it.
That's you singing again.
That's it's me singing as well as 3 friends
Yeah.
of mine. I told them the great thing about like recording now is I just sent them the track and I said just do a bunch of takes, and I didn't tell it was a friend of mine, Louis Knudsen out of Illinois, and then a couple I know in a band called the Murrays. That's their last name. There's a husband and wife. It's everything they can do to be adorable. And then I sent it to them each separately, and I just said, sing parts, do harmonies, we'll test it out, and then just jammed them all together.
Awesome.
I told them to sound drunk,
I,
like a barroom sing.
yeah, that's cool. I like the community sound on it. It's neat. So, Indie Booker, tell us about Indie Booker.
So, what we do at Indie Booker is help bands book shows and get in contact with venues easier. The not generic pitch, but the pitch I do to most bands, I would say, if you want to play a show in Chicago on, let's say, April 12th, I'm just fishing for dates here. You'd sign up on the site, we accept you. You make your profile. You go in, and you just basically choose April 12th, Chicago, and you can email all the venues in Chicago for just 35 cents an email, and get back to your life.
Dude, right on. That seems like something that I would send some of my clients to, basically. So we should talk about that. So let's do another tune, and then we'll come back, and you can give us all your links.
Well, now I'm intrigued. What were your picks?
What were my picks?
Because you said you had your. Yeah.
Well, I really like the Smokestack Lightning one, but isn't that the cover?
That is the cover.
Yeah.
That is. I mean, people can go, search my name in Smokestack Lightning, and you can hear me do a version of, Howl.
Darling, I'm Fine is a good one too. All
Bring
right,
it
let's
on.
do Darling, I'm Fine.
Don't be scared, keep off the light. Do your best, keep out of sight. It's a little blood, some elbow grease. Oh, you can wash the sheets. Come in close, of words that burn. We've skeletons and rocks to turn. The money's safe, it's yours to keep. Just tell the cops what they wanna think. Oh, darling, I'm fine.
And that's Christopher Bell with Darling, I Am Fine on the Featured Artist Interview for Indie Music Plus. Your music's pretty theatrical, I would say. It's dramatic, I guess.
That's
Yeah.
cool. Thank you.
If you like that kind of thing.
No, I'm always intrigued because there's what I hear, and especially there's I haven't listened to these songs in a while, and so it's interesting. I get all these flashbacks of how I was doing things, and but I like that. I'm a theatrical person. I think my friends.
Are
will agree
you a
with
dramatic person?
I'm not and my friends can correct me if they feel I'm wrong, but I'm not emotionally dramatic, but I feel like I'm known for my storytelling.
Oh, cool. Very cool.
I can rant about, pretty much
Now you're
anything.
going to be featured artist on the Indie Music Plus site this week and for a while. So you're going to get some promo and some exposure. And thank you for everybody for hanging out here on Blab, and all the replay viewers, all the YouTube viewers, and all the viewers on Indie Music Plus. We will catch you next week for the next featured artist interview. Also, don't forget, we will be doing our podcast live on Blab here Sunday nights, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, with musicians roundtables to follow, where we talk about important topics affecting indie musicians these days. So join us then, and we'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.